Let's jump down to 18 and 19 before we let you go, because I think these are absolute keys to the whole puzzle. And again, your article is about when to sell. Here's the 20 reasons to sell your silver, none of which have happened yet. So, number 18, when central bankers around the world stop printing money every time there is a, quote, bump in the road on their never-ending quest to foster perpetual growth. Bix, you hit the nail on the head when you write, their extraordinary transfer of wealth from the many to the few, and that's what we've been seeing as America's wealth is pilfered on a daily basis.
That's the big picture. That is the saddest part of fiat money, and what is happening is this amazing transfer of wealth over the last 100 years, especially in the United States. And their goal, this is the goal of the banksters, is to slowly but surely transfer all the wealth away from the people of the normal people, the middle class, the lower class, even some of the upper class, to these elite people who want to run the entire world, run the show.
Yeah.
And it's kind of where we are. We are at a tipping point in that process.
It's happened just as Thomas Jefferson warned us it would.
Oh yeah, I mean, it is amazing if you go back and read all the things that Thomas Jefferson wrote about and talked about. He was a prophet. He knew what he created. He created this amazing republic, and he knew how it would be destroyed.
Yeah, and these guys, though, they had fought against these same banksters. So this is not a new story. There, as the Bible says, there's nothing new under the sun. It's the same group of evil people that Andrew Jackson fought against. And so finally they got what they needed in 1913 in the form of the Federal Reserve Bank, and it's been a noose around our necks ever since.
It has, and I know a lot of people think that there's no way out, but if you go to my website and start reading through some of the articles, you'll see there is a way out. There are people working on it right now to take down the banking cabal and return us to a constitutional gold and silver standard.
I hope you're right, Bix. And I've always respected your homework, your research, because I find it compelling and interesting, and you've done the labor, you've done the blood, sweat, and tears. So until people read your material, it's not fair to poo-poo it. And sometimes I get that in emails from folks. It's like, well, there's no way that Greenspan's a good guy. I mean, I happen to believe the man's a Luciferian, so that's just my personal belief. But I've read your material, and it's compelling, and you've done the research, and I hope you're right. If you aren't right, we're both right about the fact that irregardless, silver is the way to protect yourself against what they are doing to our currency right now.
It is the only way, and on an investment side, there are other ways you can continue to fight for your rights and spread the word like we're doing right now. Getting the word out to people via email, via YouTube, any way you can do it to get the word out that, hey, things are not the way that you've been conditioned to believe, and there is a way out. There is a way to change. Keep an eye on what Ron Paul's doing. Keep an eye on this fight over the budget and the deficit. Pretty much everybody in the United States should know by now that the deficit is impossible to pay back. Well, what is the ultimate conclusion? The ultimate conclusion is a default. The U.S. wants it. With a default, who wins? The largest debtor nation in the world.
Yeah. Let's wrap up here with point number 19, and everybody can go and read your article to see the other great points, including the final point, point number 20. But point number 19 resonates with me because we wrote an article that's a SGT report not long ago called What is a Dollar? And what you write here at point 19 fits in perfectly with that article. And you write, the U.S. government and the citizens of the U.S. recognize and acknowledge that the definition of the U.S. dollar as defined in the Coinage Act of 1792 is, quote, 371 grains and 4/16 parts of a grain of pure or 416 grains of standard silver. And the point of that is, in the point of our article, What is a Dollar, Bix, is that they actually changed the definition on us when they got us into this fiat paper currency, didn't they?
They did, and the interesting thing is, if you think about the consequences of a banking collapse or a collapse of the currency, we already have the solution on the books of the U.S. In the U.S., in the Constitution and in the Coinage Act, by law, we can only use gold and silver as money. So when there is a collapse, which everybody knows it's coming, they just don't know when, the U.S. will have the solution already baked in the books.
Yeah, and it's what Ron Paul's been saying. It's the same solution to these unconstitutional wars. Now, if we listen to the Southern Poverty Law Center and we listen to these other groups that don't want us to obey the Constitution, we're going to continue down this path of absolute destruction. But guys like Ron Paul have been sounding the alarm for a very long time as it relates to our money, as it relates to these wars, that if we just listen to the Constitution, we could fix all our problems in short order.
It's going to take something drastic, and that drastic thing is going to be the collapse of the banking system. When every single person in the United States loses all their savings, all their 401k, everything they've attached to these banksters, they're going to wake up and say, oh my God, what have I been thinking? Why did I believe that paper was money? Why did I believe that electronic blips had some kind of wealth attached to them?
Yeah, and
that's what it's going to take.
You're right, and they might also be asking at that point, why didn't I listen to Bix? Why didn't I share those microdocs with my family that Sean did?
I'll tell you, they have begun to listen. The amount of interest and subscribers and people involved is growing exponentially, and we are winning this war. We're fighting a big, scary monster, but we are winning.
Well, from your lips to God's ears, Bix. As always, we just really enjoy your perspective and appreciate your time. Now, folks want to subscribe or check out more of your information. Why don't you tell us how to find you? You're over at roadtoruta.com, right?
At roadtoruta.com, and there's, I think, 500 articles now on the website, and I know it takes a little research, it takes a little reading to get the full concept, but once you do, everything will make sense.
Yeah, light bulbs will go off. All right, well, Bix, was this a free article you did, or was this for subscribers?
I posted on the free side, the top side of the website, so anybody can go in and see it. And I'm thinking about re-releasing it under a different title so that people actually click on it, because I think the 20 reasons are pretty big in our battle to free silver.
Absolutely. Well, here's what we're going to do. We are going to link for folks in the more information section below the 20 reasons to sell your physical silver, which actually, folks, means 20 reasons to continue buying physical. And it
does.
Yeah, absolutely. It's by Bix Weir. And Bix, we really appreciate your time. So until we talk again, have a good one.
Hey, thank you.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and thanks for commenting. And stay tuned. Much more to come in the future. Bob Chapman this weekend, and another microdoc right around the corner. Thanks, guys. Keep stacking.